talk, real people, real conversation. Week to week, this the place to get your inspiration. Go and sit back and unwind, sipping on your coldest glass of wine. This the home of girl bosses and the warriors. Went from tragedy to triumph and it's glorious. Ain't no question if they ask, they got that fire. This the podcast that came to Aspire. Welcome to Aspire Podcast, home of the real. Real talk, real people, real stories. Give it up one time for y'all hosts, Sujay.
Hey. Sorry. I love my intro video. Shout out to Javi XI, because yes. I'm always going to love that song. Hi, people. It is Friday Eve, Thursday, podcast Thursday. That's what I got a co-host with me. I'm not interviewing her. We are just going to go shoot the shit and talk. Freestyle. Well, we got some topics, but it's just open conversation with me and my girl. Introduce yourself, beautiful lady.
Hello, everybody. My name is Devona Gaines. I'm putting on a sultry voice today.
Okay.
No, my name is Devona Gaines, born and raised here in Orlando, Florida.
I'm sorry.
I am, yes, unfortunately. But, hey, I love it here. This is home.
It's home to me.
Yes, I am single, black entrepreneur female here.
She bakes cakes.
I am in pastries, as we have determined.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. If you caught her IG live, she's a pastry chef.
I'm a pastry chef.
Yes. And cakes, but she got cakes, too.
Yes, plenty. Anyway, yes, so that's me, Diva Cakes. If you want to follow DEVA Cakes, plural, sweets, on Instagram, definitely hit me up. And we're going to vibe together, as we always do.
Yes.
All right.
She's always a vibe. Yes, please. Yeah, thank you. Listen, guys, let's just get started. I have a few topics I'm excited for, and I'm moving this stuff around because, but let's go with.
I have no idea what we're going to talk about. We're going to give honest, communicative answers, right?
That's what we do on Aspired Podcast.
Exactly.
That's the whole premise. Let's go. Let's talk about life-altering moments. And I'm gonna let's talk about a life-altering moment, any or many, whatever you have.
There's so many life-altering moments that I've had.
I stay in life-altering moments.
I know, right? Yearly, monthly, it's always something life-altering going on. But
let's start from the biggest.
Oh, I would say I put my life before and after my father's death. That was definitely
Girl, you gonna make me cry first
We're
thing?
not gonna do that. She gets me to cry, and I'm not doing that this time. But yes, I really categorized my life before and after my dad's death, and that was definitely life altering. And some of the best moments of my life happened while he was here, and then the roughest moments of my life happened after he was gone, like the day after. So definitely made me who I am today in good ways, and dealing with it helped me grow. So definitely life altering for me.
So why you gotta come with it. So my dad set me up for the life altering moments to come from him, in terms of when my dad died, and that's my adopted dad, and I can't believe I'm saying this on national TV, but when my dad passed away, and maybe when his accident happened, my dad was in a coma for 3 years before he passed, but I lost him. I was 17 years old, so essentially that was when I lost him. But I lost him when I was pregnant with Chico.
Oh, you didn't tell me that.
Yeah, nobody knows that. I don't really talk on it, but yeah, so it was just the whole transition of I don't really have a mother figure in my life. My father was my dad, and now I'm about to be a parent, and I got nowhere to go from there. So that started the trajectory of more to come.
Yeah.
I don't think that he started my or maybe he did start my traumatic experiences with death, But yeah, before and after, my grandmother too she really is like in personally, like in my story, I became better the moment my grandma died. And I
Yeah.
say that because I wanted to make sure I made her proud. So like I became just what you see now.
Yeah.
I don't think I was half the woman I am today if I didn't want to make her proud.
Yeah.
Dang, girl, you.
I mean, you asked a question.
I know. Well, no, we just talking. I'm not interviewing you, girl. I'm just like, right?
Definitely. Like for
It's-
me, it was my dad had colon cancer. I was 27, so I wasn't as young as you are. And I had my own health stuff going on. And so when, we trying to take care of him and being deathly sick at the same time, but growing up, I had both my parents. My parents were high school sweethearts. They raised both me and my brother together, and we had the best, upbringing, example of what love can be in a marriage and building that life together.
I sure as hell didn't.
Right. So, I'm blessed as to having that growing up. But then when he died, I carried a lot of guilt with me for decades. It's been 20 years since he died. So
Recently too.
and I'm just now, I want to say within the last 5-6 years through therapy, going through that and working through that guilt I was carrying around for decades. And it affected me in ways that, woo.
So you making me think of something, cause like you said, like the guilt.
Yeah.
So there's not only survivor's guilt, but there's guilt in the fact that, and I'm imagining, cause I don't have the same, that your mom no longer has that love. So do you feel like you look for a love to replenish that, to make up for the fact that that's what you grew up with? Like it's
For me or for my
for
mom?
yourself, for yourself.
Well, I don't need to replace it. That's not what I'm looking for, because no one can replace my father in that way.
No, I understand,
But in my own life, I definitely look to the person that I want to marry to model the values and the characteristics that my dad had. Absolutely. Because I know what a good husband is.
You know what a good man looks
And look,
like.
I know what a good man looks like. My brother is a good man because, we were raised by the same father. So he has those characteristics of my dad. I see it every day. He's all about his family, his wife, his children. So
Shout out to T Gaines.
Shout out to T Gaines, ENT. But, so I look for that, and I know what that looks like. And I used to just settle for whatever came around. But now, me being the more evolved person that I've become in the last 5 years.
Therapy boost, that therapy.
That therapy makes you see things completely differently. And
Believe in yourself,
believe in yourself, the self-esteem that I was lacking for the first 30 years of my life, So now, I know what I want. And I model that. But it's not to replace it. It's just to say, hey, these are the values that I need in my life, and I'm not taking anything other than that. That's what that means.
What she said.
That part.
What else? What's life altering to you? Like, what do you feel? It's just like that, bam, I'm automatically different. Like, is it that, or is it just like a gradual thing? Like, how do you feel?
It's instant.
To me, life altering is instant.
Yeah,
I
it's
agree with
definitely
that.
instant.
It's like the minute that something happened, there's
snap.
there's no longer what you felt 10 minutes ago.
Correct.
Right? Okay.
You are instantly
Have you
a
had
different
life
person.
altering love? I'm just being nosy at this point.
God.
You don't gotta explain.
No,
who.
I'm not going to explain who. I thought I did.
You know why I'm laughing? Because don't we all have like the I thought I did moments?
Right. I thought I knew who I was in love with at the time, but no. It was life altering when I was in it. And then it was another kind of life altering when I found out it was fake.
I'm not laughing because it's fake, because that's sad. But it's just like
very sad.
the young us, right? It's like, I'm in love. Like, this is it.
Girl,
this is the guy.
This is the one. And then, bam, slap you in the face. Like, psych.
I haven't loved many. So for me, I think I've always had a life altering love, only because it's it does change the trajectory of my life.
Yeah.
The loves that I have had.
Yeah.
Which is like my track record is sad.
That doesn't no, and I hate when you say that.
I do because I can't
not
really.
sad.
It's not comparable to anybody I know.
It's
like,
not supposed to be.
Oh,
It's not supposed to be
you know,
comparable.
I'm not
It's
even saying
yours.
a number.
No, but it's your love.
It is,
It's
and I
your
actually
experience.
wouldn't have changed that. Like,
Exactly.
I'm not one. I have never been like, ooh, pretty new boy. Never been the type.
I
but
have.
I don't. But see, that's more normal. That's the commonality. I'm the weirdo. Weirdos unite, guys.
It's just it's all relative to our
To
own
me,
experience.
like so,
you know.
life altering love. What about life altering lessons? Like a lesson that like
How long we got?
I
Girl.
mean, just at least think of what. Like, I'm just trying to think of like life altering moments and lessons. I could tell you one. I'll just tell you one that I had recent. People are never who they say they are, and that's not good or not bad. And I say I didn't say. If you assume somebody's the way they are by actions, that's different. What I'm saying is that if I say, like right now, oh my gosh, I have the weirdest, it's not so black and white. Not everybody is so black and white.
Right.
So words are just a part of what people say they are. So for me, that's a life altering lesson. Because once I know where to meet you, and it's not just words that I'm looking for, but a combination of the two, actions and words, for me, then like nobody can bamboozle me anymore.
That part. So yes, I'm a very
Bamboozle was
much,
the word of the month, by the way,
apparently.
guys. Just saying.
I go off of a person's actions. I hear what a person says, man or woman. If I'm trying to date,
this is human.
You know,
life.
if I have friendships, they say one thing. What are you doing, right?
Yeah, and
what are you
does that
showing me?
match?
And if it matches, because I pay attention, I'm not one to be argumentative. I sit like, okay,
I'm
gonna
an
write that
intuitive
down.
person.
I'm gonna write that down. you
Noted.
know? Right, exactly. And you note it, and then you move accordingly, you know? So, no, I
People
don't.
definitely, and I don't think that a human being, I mean, there's some human beings that really want to bamboozle you at all times. I don't think that they really are trying to on a constant basis. I'm speaking in general terms. There are those one-offs that they spend their lives bamboozling whoever they want to
21
bamboozle.
years.
Yes.
Anyway, go ahead.
But at the end of the day, I don't think it's like always intentional. What I think is that we do not pay attention. We
We're in
want to
denial.
see, and I had this conversation over the weekend. We see what we want to see,
Yes.
and so like, how is that like meeting them where they are? No, that's just us thinking this person is a certain way,
Yeah.
despite all of the things that they show us they are.
Correct.
So for me, my life altering lesson of like the last 2 weeks is like nobody is who they say they are. It's all a combination of actions and words. So
I
if you
can agree
tell
with
me,
that.
if you tell me who you are, it better be matched by what you are doing.
Right.
Otherwise, it's just not true, right?
Right.
So for me, I'm not paying attention to what you tell me.
Yeah.
No more words, because
Yeah.
words, anybody can talk. I can read you a whole story right now and say, "Yep, my life story." I just read you something from like a novel, like you know what I mean?
Chat
So-
GPT or
Thank you.
CPT or
Yeah,
whatever it's
ex-
called. I don't know what it's called because I don't use it, but
Somebody,
yes.
but it's just it's not. No one is who they say they are, and some people are telling you less of what they are, and then it's more to the story in a good way, and sometimes
It's in a bad way.
in the shittiest
In
way.
pieces.
It's in the
You
shittiest
get
way
a person
possible.
in pieces, and first you get what I call the representative,
Yeah.
where they put
They give you
this-
their best self.
their
It may not be a
resume.
lie at times,
Yes,
but it is their best self.
But
they
it
don't
can
stay
be
there.
it can be a lie by omission.
It can be, yeah, absolutely,
But they want to present their best self
absolutely,
to you.
absolutely.
And it's the time and the conversation that you spend with the
Mm-hmm.
person where you actually see that. And that still cannot happen over decades. You still can peel back the layers of a person.
Well, nobody should be one-dimensional anyway. So
True.
and so people expect, oh, he's perfect. Look at how he looks right here,
Fits in
or
this little
look at
Tiffany
how she
box
looks right
and
here.
no.
And then they don't even care to get to the core. There's no peeling at all.
That's true.
I need me an
because
onion.
here it's comfortable, right?
Exactly.
Right here in this little rose-colored glasses world, it's comfortable. But when you get down to the crux of it, it can be difficult, and then you have to really make the decision: is this person somebody that's worth sticking around for?
And that's
I'm not just talking about relationships,
yeah, for
right?
me,
I'm not
it's
just
like
talking about
like just people, human beings. Yeah.
Is this person worth sticking around for? Is this person worth letting into your life, and vice versa, or not? But the problem is, people know that they're not, and they stay.
People know that they're not, and force it.
Right.
I was talking to Patrick Belafonte from Jaw Jacking, and it was like those forced things. Like, oh, men don't know that they're in a relationship until the woman's like, yeah, we've been in one for a month. And they're like, wait, okay. It's like nothing is organic anymore. Everything has to be like, this is what I want. No matter if the person is a square and you got a triangle trying to shove it. And this just doesn't work.
I agree.
All right, I'm going to go to the next one. Boo, what are we doing? Ooh, what is the worst thing a friend can do or has done? How much time do we got here?
That's a loaded one. Oh my goodness.
And there's so many.
There's so many.
I know that you have.
You
some
know the
reasons
one that I have.
Yeah.
You know the one.
So what's
that
the worst thing a friend has ever done to you?
Lie to me, like straight up lie to my face.
Is it lie to your face about minor things, or it's like huge lies?
I'm not saying
like their whole person was a lie.
Yes, like I'm not saying I'm going to the movies and you really out to dinner with someone. That's you know
that's minor.
That's not me worth breaking up. It's number one the pattern. If it becomes a pattern.
Yeah.
But the huge thing, like, and to this day, this happened. I think it's been 2 years since I found out. Maybe,
I think last year, like early last year.
Yeah. And it was so devastating to me because I trusted this person for 21 years to find out that they were completely
not the person
that I've known and held and embedded in my life. And I think about that person and that event every single day. There's something that will remind me of a conversation that we had, that a song that we liked together, or a person that we talked about, or movie, or what every single day.
Well, because 21-year friendships,
that's a long time.
Y'all married on the friendship scale.
Correct.
For that.
Marriages
Melissa,
don't
you
even
locked
last
in, boo. I don't know where you at, but I'm looking at every camera we got.
Right.
No,
you don't have that. That's very rare to have. Like, I have a small circle of friends. Like, my oldest friend, we're like 2 weeks apart, and we are like family. But this person was
the creme de la creme.
The
person. Yeah.
I would have dropped everything in my life for this person.
Girl, you're going to make me cry by default. I would say that because I was around you during that time.
Right.
I don't know why I'm getting emotional. I think it's because like people really don't understand that some friendships, especially when you lose family members, and you have a small family to begin with, immediate family.
Yeah.
So when you lose family members and then you're out here really like holding on to friends, because I hold on to friends like they're my best purse. Like
if I say you're my friend, like
and
you are
friend
my
to
friend.
me is you're my family at that point. Like I don't use that friend word for everybody. I don't got all the friends in the world. Like no, I don't need all that.
Right.
I have so many stories. So I'm gonna go back to when I was young, and this friend was like a friend of me. I held on to her because I felt like I knew her in a time when nobody really loved her, when nobody really cared for her. And you know me, and like, I'm going to cheer you on. You're going to feel my love,
Exactly. I love you, boo.
So, like, my friendship is that, you're going to know I love you. And you're going to know, like, I support you.
You cannot
I'm like,
say that.
I'm a psycho when it comes to that. I'm like.
You're not a psycho,
girl,
but you look good, girl.
Yeah.
I love you, girl. I just love you.
I know, that is me. That is me. But because it's true.
Yes.
Like, I genuinely really feel that way.
Yes.
So this girl, long story short, because I don't got time for her anymore. Like, and she's, I'm sure,
That
maybe
part.
watching. Hello,
She
boo.
can watch.
She roofied my drink at a house party.
Wait,
and
what?
I almost died. Like, I had a seizure in front of, yeah.
For what?
For attention.
For her or you?
I'm not sure, because that was a rap. Ask her. I'm laughing
trying
now
to, I'm
because
trying to wrap my head
no,
around that.
exactly. So, I wasn't one of those girls that drank in a house party when I didn't really know anybody.
Right.
So I'm sipping on, like, I think it was like Sprite at this party, because I don't know, y'all. Like, I'm not.
Right.
I like to be in control of myself when I don't know the surroundings. So she's the quite opposite. Let's handstand on the beer keg. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And this is young age. Like, we're 20, 21 years old. But, yeah, I was like sweating. I got up. The room was spinning. And I have a seizure condition. And I had many seizures on the ground. And she left.
So did you do anything about it? Or?
No. I think karma's a bitch, and like truly, back then it was like if I let myself go there, because I was a thug man. Back then I loved you hard, but I could really hate you.
I can't see you that way at all.
Yeah, because I love my people. Because you never, but you know how I protect myself and I protect my people.
Yeah.
So no, back then it was like, if I don't let this go, like she really gonna get it. Like,
That's the same thing I had to do. I had to let it go because it was like mine was weighing me down. I was angry for months.
Yeah, you grieve someone that's alive. That's the worst feeling ever.
Right.
How you grieve someone that you know is
that
grinning
friendship
over there.
I had to grieve that friendship. That love was dead. Even though that person is probably watching right now.
Hey, boo.
I'm sure.
I'm sorry, I'm being petty today. But I just feel because, like, I don't like. It's one thing someone to bamboozle you when you're dating. Like, you kind of expect that.
That's par for the course.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
But your friend? So I had another friend, and I don't think she's watching, because I got a lot to say. But she randomly ghosted me right after my brother passed. I know why. In terms of, like, accountability is real, and if you can't hold yourself accountable, usually snakes will leave, snakes will hide. So that one was a grieving process because that was family to me, and it was in a time where it was like shitty.
Yeah.
Like you couldn't wait. Not that, at the end of the day, like, it is what it is. How do you, I've talked about this at one point. How do you feel about ghosting people? In terms of, and I'm saying it in a broad spectrum. Just anybody.
Okay, so when it comes to dating, I don't like being ghosted. But I'm not going to sit here and say I haven't ghosted somebody.
I'm not a ghoster.
But if I have the conversation with you, like, I won't be like, for the most part, I won't be like,
don't hold her to this. She said for the most part.
For the most part. I'm not going to sit here and say I've never ghosted someone, because there was someone recently, we had a conversation. I was like, oh, no. There's no.
You a whole liar. And I know you.
But for the most part, if I'm talking to someone and I will have the initial conversation, this is not working for me, or this is what I'm looking for.
I'm not seeing
I'm not seeing this, or can, you say that you want this, but like we say, your actions are matching your words. I give the person the opportunity
to show their true colors.
Show it, or to address, or to take my feelings into consideration.
Correct.
That's the one thing that you can do to let me lose interest. I'm an Aquarius, right? So I like things the way that I like them. Yes, but I'm not selfish with it. I'm a very realistic person, right? So I'm gonna tell you, look, this ain't working for me. This is what I would like to see. And that other person has the opportunity to do that as well. If they don't, that's on them, because it's on the table. Yeah. But you can't say you didn't know what I'm looking for. You can't say you didn't know what I didn't like, what I do like, because I do both. Like, I'm like, oh, I love the fact that you do this, or I don't appreciate the fact that you do this. Like, just
straight up communication is key.
Communication is my number one thing. So I'm communicating this to you, and then I'm just going to sit back and see if this pattern changes. I'm not going to force it.
Because at the end of the day, if the person aligns with you, then that will be the easiest transition.
Correct. Yeah.
Friend or a relationship or anything. If this is what I require, because it's a requirement. I don't like to say like expectations. This is what I feel like I need at this point in my life.
And there is a compromise to some things. I'm not saying that you got to do everything the way that I want it all the time.
It should be a compromise if you
right.
Yeah.
But you know, there's some things that are non-negotiables that are deal breakers in my opinion, and lack of communication is one of them. So if
you can't talk by
right, if you're in the talking phase and you're not trying to talk to me, what are we doing?
I can't. Okay, so for me, like talking stage, that's a why bother. Like you either dating or you're not. And I say it like this, and people, unpopular opinions, say I'm stupid. I don't care. I don't care. For real, like talking stage is like what is it? An interview? Like is it preliminary? But then isn't dating that?
Yes and no. So like what I mean by talking is we're not officially boyfriend and girlfriend.
I know what it means, but isn't that dating anyway?
That is dating. So I say talking dating is interchangeable, right? But if you're not even trying to get to know me in that way and not just say good morning every day, how was your day?
So PSA real quick. PSA from my girl Devona. She said, don't say good morning without no conversation.
Right, like what
don't say good night to me and we ain't even speak all day. That's what she said. Hallelujah, right? Hallelujah.
Correct. Like, what are you doing? I'm 47 years old. I ain't got time for that. You know.
Well, at least like, good morning. Did you eat? Because at least
did I eat, or you know?
For me, like that's love. Like you just,
correct.
I mean, you asked me, I ate. Okay, are
what
we in a relationship
at work today?
at that
Did
point?
someone curse you out at work today? You know, that's my
like
bar.
How was your day? How was your day?
But
that's
don't
like
ask
baseline.
me how my day is, and then
to not
tell you
and
how
then
my
nothing.
day is nothing. That's like a form letter. That's like someone just going down the list and you're probably texting the same thing to 10 people, which is fine.
I have a question for people, man or woman. Do you guys have like automated text?
Oh, there's a roster for sure.
Like people have like. I need somebody to like comment, like I don't know, but
it's a roster.
Do you guys like? Oh, okay. So I said good morning to her yesterday at this time. So tomorrow I might ask her how her day was, but I'm not gonna respond. But she got a text from me. Is that a thing?
Yes.
Girl, I'm never.
Yes.
Oh,
and then it might be a week before you get an answer to. Listen,
I guess I've never had time. Here, you know, girl, that's why I'm not out here. That is why I'm good where I'm at. I'm super happy.
So they say that
super happy.
They say that the dating pool has pee in it. I say it's got full blast COVID in it because
it's a full blast COVID.
It's horrible.
Super inspirational, Devona. Super inspirational.
Great.
Let's have something else. Well, we kind of talked about this. Deal breakers in friendships and relationships. Yeah. What's like your main deal breaker? Like I want to deal breaker it. I'm going to turn this on. Let's go live.
Deal breaker is in friendship or relationship?
In either. Like either.
Lack of communication is a deal breaker for me. Like don't.
Same. And that's in friendship too, because I have some friends. I'm a very strong presence in the sense I know who I am. So, I know that I can be very straightforward.
Right.
And sometimes I'm like saying things that I'm sorry, it just comes out. Like I don't have the like filter.
Right. I don't have a filter.
Well, you know how I am too. Like, but we can talk like that.
That tough
I'm like,
friend.
girl, please.
I'm that tough friend. Like, don't ask. I always say to people, don't ask me a question you don't want to know the answer to. Don't
ask me, but then don't hold my opinion of what you asked of me against me.
Right.
Girl, you asked me. That's what happened to my friendship. She asked me a question. She wasn't ready for the answer, and no friendship. But I think that was just not a friend.
Yeah,
like,
that wasn't a true friend. So if you can't have that conversation,
deal breakers for me in friendships are truly like if I told you something in confidence, I don't have to I'm 38. I'm almost 30. I'm almost 40 Eve. In a few weeks.
We know we're gonna.
I'm almost 40 Eve. 40. Go ahead. Almost, guys, almost. But my baby girl is what 46 ish.
For me? Oh, I'm 47. I ain't scared to say it.
Okay. That part. So fine, we're grown. Why can't we just openly have a communicative talk? Like, why can't we, as friends, know our heart? Like, we're not coming from a malicious place. So
you should know.
Well, at this point, any friend of mine right now, like I'm gonna say this on national TV, if you don't know, get off my friends list. And I'm not talking IG. I'm not talking none of that. I'm talking about like genuinely walk away, because I'm at the point with friends that if like we're not bamboozling each other. If you're not my friend, cool.
That's fine.
If you don't come from a place of love either, like if you're always side eyeing my stuff
Right.
or my human being, like anything, my story, my home, my life, walk away.
Because
Like,
I
I'm
want
cool
my
with
true
that.
friends to win. Like,
Yeah.
you know me, I'm your biggest cheerleader when
Girl,
it
you
comes to
know,
stuff,
you sent
right?
me a meme a few weeks ago, and
Yeah,
you're
you
like,
know?
"This is you."
Right. So
I'm
I'm my
genuine about
friends.
it,
So
yeah.
your true friends will want
Hey,
you
people.
to win. They will want you to win as
They need
much
you to win.
as much as you want for yourself. So
Sometimes even more, because
Yeah.
okay, like even not to tell our business out there, but there's been times where I'm way down and you've been way down.
yeah.
Like both of us,
Yeah.
sometimes even simultaneously.
Yeah.
And we were both like, "Girl, you got this. Like, let's
We're
go.
gonna pull through
Let's
it
go."
because
Like, why you-
2023 was rough for both of us.
for both of us.
Yes.
And then look, even earlier today, like how come you haven't gotten that surgery you need? I'm gonna be on you. But that's a friend.
Yeah.
When someone's just like, "Girl, you wanna go drink?"
Like,
know,
don't punch
like
me
I
to
took-
death. Don't,
yeah,
you know.
yeah. That
If
part,
we
like,
can't have that real
yeah.
conversation, like I have a circle of girlfriends that I love
Hey,
y'all to death.
Magic.
I love y'all to death because we can sit and eat and have that conversation,
That
and
but
we
not everybody
know
can.
right, and we know that it's not gonna go anywhere. That's the key, also.
If you have something to say behind my back that I already told you and I'm willing to own for myself,
Yeah.
you are not my friend.
Right, and if somebody else is talking shit about that friend,
Oof, I have a
and that
recent
friend's
one of
not
that.
there, right, and that friend's not there, I'm gonna have that friend's back
Because that's
because that's who
Well,
they
I was
are to
talking
me.
about loyalty with my boy Patrick, and for me, that's a safe place. That's a safe space and place.
Right.
That should be just like a genuine. That's baseline for me though. If you got something to say about me and you ain't said it to me, you're not my friend. Like you know, baseline.
And if I hear something about you out of somebody else's mouth and you're not there to defend yourself, I'm going to defend yourself too.
because it's not what you do in front of me, it's what you do behind my
Correct.
back. That's it. I'm gonna keep going because ooh. What can you people do that feels like support within your business? You know why I said this? Because now we both are running businesses,
Yes.
right? And some people just don't support you at all. Like they can't like, they can't share, they can't.
And that's all it is. Like you don't
Same.
have to buy.
I don't need that.
You know, you don't
even
have
have
to
to come on
buy.
my podcast. You don't have to like
Right.
support my charities. You don't have to do none of that.
But you know, true support for me with my cake business is even if you out somewhere and you hear haphazardly that somebody's looking for a cake or a dessert or something like that. And support to me is, oh, my homegirl has a cake business. Let me give you her IG or let me give you her information. Hit her up, go to her website. That's all the support that I need from my friends because like you said, I would want you
Business
to
will come.
win.
Yeah.
Right, I want you to win as much, and I would want my friends to want me to win that way. And yeah, it's great that you buy something from me. It's great that you would, you know,
People,
order-
I need cake right now. Hey,
oh, I got
Magic.
you.
Is our audio kind of
got
off
you.
today? I'm sorry if we're having audio issues. I heard
didn't hear
a little note, but
Okay.
listen, for me, supporting my business is genuinely. Sometimes it's just cheering me on, or hey, like Magic just said, your audio's a little off. Like that is support to me. If you're willing to tell me about myself in a constructive way, that's support to me. If you're willing to be like, yo, like I saw this amazing graphic for your show, or hey, there's a guy that has an amazing story, have them on. Or hey, just like a story of mine, share something. Like it really is so
Subscribe, something.
minor, minute. You know what I learned though, especially having businesses, is that now you get so much support from people you don't even know.
Correct. And behind the scenes, you know, people are always watching you. You always need to carry yourself
Yeah.
in that way, right?
Yeah,
And you just
Accurate.
never know.
accurate.
So,
accurate,
you know,
yeah.
I'm not going to be out here, you know, booty out, shaking my ass.
It's just a
somewhere.
lady, be a lady, but you're not going to be invited to those things too. So what I
Right.
notice is also like fake friends, fake whatever, they'll invite you to spaces and places that are beneath you to bring you down. Ooh, and I said it. They will invite you. I feel like I'm preaching on the church.
Well.
But it's true. People will sit there and be like, "Oh, you want to go to
Right.
this brunch?" And it's not a brunch.
Ain't
It's-
nobody eating.
Well, they eating stuff, but it's not. I like
It's
I like
not.
eggs. Give me a
We
French
ain't
toast.
sitting at no table.
But no, God. Okay, and another thing that I notice that people do is that they will pretend to support you to get something out of you that is deeper. It is
Okay,
deep. Oh,
so
see,
here's a
speak
question.
on it. Let's go.
Here's a question.
Go ahead.
How do you feel about your friends asking like for a discount? How do you feel about that? Without you offering, they say, "Hey, can I get the family or friend
I
discount?"
think being entitled in friendship is really self-centered, because I've known you for a long time. A long time.
Long
I'm like
time.
Noah was like an infant, but you know,
I don't
a
even
long
want to
time.
talk about
I know
that
we're
because
old,
I just.
but I've known
can't.
her for years, and I have never.
You have never,
And because I think like you
Yeah.
deserve better. Like I
But-
think you deserve more. At times I know you've given me one. Like I
Mm-hmm.
know that it's like, wait, that seems that seems low, you know? But I think in friendships, if you're not gonna ask somebody for a discount at Publix, like the audacity is real to ask your friend for a discount for high quality stuff.
Right. And I feel the same way. Like, let me offer.
Yeah.
And I do give deep discounts, if not free.
Sometimes you don't even say it. You're like, girl, shut up.
It's good.
Yeah,
No,
exactly.
I'm not taking your money.
Exactly.
That kind of thing.
Like, yeah, I
but
know.
it's my choice. It's not because anybody asked me. So
Mm-hmm.
when I get that on occasion, it just, you know, I don't say anything
Or assuming it's free.
or assuming it's free.
Like, girl, but
Like
you
the
didn't tell
only
me about no
person
price.
that can assume it's free is my doggone mother or my brother. Or
And
somebody.
even then, I feel like they
But
might,
no, but,
you know, like,
because that's my people.
Yeah.
Like, you know, that's the only people that can assume. Or my nephews, or, you know,
I
or my
get a lot
sister-in-law,
of-
something like that.
I get a lot of, can I be on your podcast? And it is like for an ulterior motive, right? So like, sometimes I know friends of mine. We gonna
Like,
do
using that lightly.
you know, like heavy on the quotations,
Right.
But that are, only trying to advance themselves, and then like I'm used into a certain point, and then
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, that was not,
Yeah.
you know. So I'm learning those lessons for sure.
Yeah.
But I think support is just support. Like, guys, don't come out here. Just like treat your business people as if you had a business, and how would you feel? That's it. And a friend, if it's a friend, be good. Be good to them. That's it. I feel like, is this like, Jay is my bride? I'm laughing. I don't even know who's trying to get married. Not to me.
Girl, you
I am.
hit them DMs, girl.
I am a taken woman. Ooh, do women need a reality check? If so, why?
Yes.
Hell yeah!
I am not afraid to admit it.
Yeah. Hi people. Love you guys for being on.
I'm not afraid to admit it. We really need a reality check in most cases. Life is not Bridgerton.
Shout out to Melissa for her Bridgerton love.
It is not
Gotta
that.
Bridgerton. I'm
You
sorry.
know, we're not going
I haven't
on,
Bridgerton yet, but I'm supposed to.
We're not going on carriage rides if season 3 people know what I'm talking about. It's not like that.
For me, it's this: women don't like. They want to hold everyone accountable except for themselves, and I said it. Women
And
want to
I'ma say
hold
black women
everyone
as well.
accountable.
It's, you know, in
I can say my Latinos are crazy.
yeah,
They're
in
just
the
crazy.
black community,
Yeah.
it's hard. It's, you know, I've never been a person to ask a man for money. You know, money doesn't
Like a
impress.
pinky up and everything.
Look, money doesn't impress me.
Same.
You know, if you're making 6 figures, good for you. But if you're not paying my bills, what that got to do with me? You know what I'm saying? But I don't need you to pay my bills. Is my point. I
think
that
this.
doesn't impress me.
So for me, it's twofold. The people that go around like, oh, I got it. Like the women that are like, I always got it. They're looking for a man. Oh, I don't need a man. Well, if that's the first thing out of your mouth, how can you get one if you say constantly you don't need one?
Because men want to feel needed. They wanna
And
feel
not and
valued.
beyond that, then if you don't need one and you're not really looking for one, then be quiet and go sit down and
Correct.
save that good man for somebody else.
Correct.
And another thing, how I feel like women don't really like to be held accountable. Not
No.
in friendships, not in relationships, not in nothing. And I say that because it's very, like, I could tell you 80% of the women I know do not like accountability.
Right.
But then we're expecting it constantly. Constantly, like, oh, a man has to do this. Oh, he didn't apologize. Did you?
Right. Own up to your shit.
Thank you.
You know?
Accountability is
And-
real
and
in
it's-
everything.
In
for me.
everything. But yeah, we get in our own way. And I feel like
Miss Day.
I feel like sometimes the bad apples make it hard for us who are really structured and have a good head on our shoulders and know what we want and are catering and know how to be in our feminine energy and let a man lead. But that's a whole nother thing about leading. But anyway,
But it's
we
true
get in
what
our
you're
own
saying
way.
about, like, we can't expect something and not allow a man to do it. Yeah, I agree
Exactly.
with that 100%.
So if we get out of our own way and stop letting social media and these podcasters,
hey, I take offense. Wait,
you
because
know
I'm over
what kind
here.
of podcasters I'm talking about, okay?
No, but you're
ones
accurate,
That,
you're accurate.
It's flooding.
And
it's
the
flooding
man
them.
hating has to stop
Please,
because
like,
I'm holding you guys accountable too. Like, how do you guys love men so much and chase them so much, yet you're always bashing them?
Now I'm gonna say this in defense. As
I think it's
devil's
twofold,
advocate.
though.
In playing devil's advocate,
go
there
ahead.
are bad apples out there, and
But
sometimes
women are too, so it's like it's twofold.
correct.
If
However,
Go ahead. I'm gonna
there's
let you
bad
speak.
apples out there, right? On both sides.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna sit here and say that
Love you.
women don't do horrible things, right? But at the same time, we also have to be like, okay, this is what I did in this situation, right?
Absolutely.
This is my flaws. I'm accountable for these things, and own up to that.
The only thing I have to say about accountability for women is that you can't hold a mirror like this if you're not willing to hold a mirror like this.
Correct.
And if you're not, then I don't know what to tell you.
But I just feel like the sexes are just at each other and
How
not
are we fighting between the very thing that we're
looking
going
for.
to get?
Right.
Yeah.
But those bad apples really do come at you, and it's hard to separate that. And I always say, you just gotta. My mom always says this: you gotta date to find your mate, right? So you gotta weed through all of that, grab that brush and those weeds.
Girl, I've never dated to that.
You just have
but
to,
I've
because
never
it's
been
so-
like, I never had
right,
to really
but there's
date.
so
That's
many
just the truth.
bad ones
Yeah.
out there, and it's not because they might be innately bad, which happens, but
She's
it's just my
They ain't shit.
right. Them ain't shit ends, but you just gotta weed through them to find the good ones, and just because they're bad doesn't mean that they're the bad person. Just means that they're just not for you, and you have to learn how to separate that as well.
I think in the problem with what I have when it comes to women, because we're talking about women, is that they really expect what they don't give. And for me, it's just like, you can have a list. And first, I don't believe in checklists off of a man, because literally every man is different, and your connection with every man is going to be different.
Right.
So we're not like, oh, well, he has this.
Right.
I think that's stupid, really, because you will get every man that isn't on your checklist.
And you asking God for this. I need him to have this. I need him to be 6'3". I need him to make this amount of money. I need
Please
him to
stop
have
with
this
that.
degree,
I
right?
can't.
And then
'Cause God will give
sending
you everything that is
you
not that.
and you
because
pushing
you're
him
getting
away.
what you need, not what you think you
And
need.
you pushing him
Yeah.
away, and then you over here praying to God, why can't I join the man? Well, God was like, I just sent you one. You just ignored him.
And maybe some great things
Maybe
in small
some great-
packages. I'm just.
Listen, I'm 5'8". I am not afraid. You could. See. I gotta.
Anyway, let's go. Moving on. Your why. Dang, damn. I'm
Me
sorry. I'm so
traveling.
close to the camera. It's crazy.
Me traveling. That is
Potential.
my motivator.
Miss Nay said potential.
Potential. That's a good one.
That
That's
is
a really
good.
one.
But what is
Me traveling.
that's
like,
your motivator?
That's my motivator. Because last year, my motivator was getting my health together and getting rid of my pain, my chronic hip pain that I was in. So
Now you out here twerking and working.
girl, I'm out here living. Let me tell you. So I have done the work of that, right? I've gone through. I've lost the weight. I have had the surgeries and pain free now. So
Now
now
ready
it's
to live.
now I'm ready to live, right? So me getting on this plane on Tuesday, hopping across the pond and going to London and seeing things.
She's gonna see my
I
mates.
would have. I'm coming for you. Anyway,
If you come back with a blonde hair,
if
blue
I
eyed
come
boo,
back with a
like,
ginger Irish man, y'all know what happened. But anyway.
there is not enough.
Well, there's
wine.
not enough. We need some more. But anyway, that's my motivator, just to live my life, because I
love
haven't been able to, in the 47 years that I have been on this earth. The last 2 years has been about me. So now, that's what I'm doing. And if I will go by myself if I have to. I am not sitting
Amen
and
to
waiting on
that.
nobody. I went to Dallas by myself.
And you had you a whole good
I
time.
had a whole good time. I went to Tampa, shout out to the Q's by myself, and had a time. So yeah, I'm living for me this year.
I think for me, I'm just living in my freedom, and somebody help me with that.
Yeah.
But I'm just genuinely living in my freedom. Whatever feels free and like genuine me, that's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm really working on. Because, you know, for me, it's not that I wasn't living. It was just like I felt like I was holding back.
Right.
Based on other people, based on like what I'm supposed to do as a mother. I'm supposed to, you know, and especially like, and you're going to understand this, brown and black people, our community is so tough. Like, so what are you doing now? And what are you doing better?
the
And what are you
next
doing? What like,
Yeah.
you know, and you go crazy.
Right.
And you're always trying to prove to others. And it's just like, I'm just living in my freedom for myself.
Be a
Shout
little
out to-
selfish.
yeah.
It's okay.
And it's crazy because that word selfish used to be like,
Oh
and
my
now,
God, you
and
just-
I can own when I'm being selfish in a genuine way, but it's okay to self-care and to like really like
If I
stand
want
on
to
it.
sit in my room by myself and do what
Butt
I
ass
want to
naked,
do,
drinking some wine
butt
and
ass
eat
naked,
cheese.
and with my dog and chilling, that's what I want to do. I'm gonna be selfish in that moment because
That's what
what's
I
making
always
me
want to
happy.
do, girl. I might be selfish every day because I'm always about like the
Right.
boys, Dice. Hi, Dicey. No, my dog.
Yeah.
And like some nonsense TV or listening to the like a Lauryn Hill album backwards and forward and sideways while I'm
Yeah.
like just chilling.
That's
Without
there's
a bra?
nothing wrong with that.
You know what? She just explained my next night. Ooh, this is like bam, bam, bam. What is something toxic you used to do that you no longer want to do or think you shouldn't do anymore? Let's go. We all got toxic behaviors. I be answering this every time I ask it for a friend or whatever.
Yeah.
But I haven't said it out loud. There's a few
Okay, so
things.
you go first.
Toxic behavior that I want to stop. I want to stop psyching myself out. Sometimes I know I want it, but I think I don't deserve it, and I'm not sure why. And that's probably like from years of like just being abused and just like being told I shouldn't want it.
Right.
Yeah, so I psych myself out. I try to convince myself that I don't need the thing that I live for. I've tried to psych myself out about this podcast. I try to psych myself out about relationships. I've tried to psych myself out about motherhood even. Like, I just always feel like, because I want to do the best because I've had shit growing up. I've had that kind of life. It's just like that I had to really change my whole life so that I could stop the cycle that I've always told myself maybe I shouldn't do this because X, Y, and Z.
Right.
And I'm psyching myself out about knee surgery right about now too.
We didn't
You know
have
what
a
I'm
lecture. I
saying?
done gave her a lecture.
But it's
about
just
this,
always
but you
because
have
like
to-
maybe that's not what I should do and I should do more and maybe I should get better. Maybe I could heal on my own, and it's always like I
Okay.
do that.
Yes.
So that's a toxic behavior. I'm gonna own it. I'm a toxic bitch. So you.
And so me is, and I can honestly say I'm not like this anymore. But I used to always want things the way I wanted it.
You no.
Seriously?
Oh no, I'm kidding. I'm being tongue in cheek. Like what? Like of course I know that
I
about
would be
you.
judgmental.
Her?
I'd
Never.
be like, why don't you know that? You know, that type of thing. Or what?
I've known you for quite a while. I know.
Why don't you, like, that don't make sense, you know? And me
Not
expecting
everybody's
people,
you.
Right. That was what I used to think. I used to think that everybody should think because I know best, right? And my way is the best way.
Yes, boo, we're gonna bring you on. Her way is the best way.
My way is the best way. And why aren't you thinking this way? And you're dumb for not doing it.
So were you closed-minded in that sense, like because sometimes we think like that, and we don't like to learn from other people.
We don't, and I was like that.
Okay.
But this Devona. Live
Fly
your
on the
life.
wall.
Yeah, learn from other
That
people
not
because
everybody
other
is you.
people. Not
It's okay.
everybody is not me. You have your opinion because I used to go back and forth with people trying to convince them to come over to how I'm thinking, and now I'm upset because this
I've never
person
been
is
like
not
that.
doing. This person is not doing seeing
Yeah.
it the way that I see it,
So
and
this-
now I'm all upset for what? They're not
Exactly.
gonna change.
And at the end of the day, you could agree to disagree.
Exactly.
And it doesn't mean you like them any less. It's just like,
Right.
and plus it's a peace of mind of like, okay, this is my, just because you think like this doesn't mean it's right or wrong.
It's just different.
It's just different. So I always love to say that we can stand on our differences and hold each other accountable in our love. Meaning like, okay, we don't have to agree on everything, but I'm gonna still hold your hand through whatever you gotta do.
Like, hey, if you want to go and like I use this example all the time, right? If I'm telling you that this iron is hot, don't touch that iron.
But if someone want to get burned, let
But
them
if
get
you
burned.
want to get burned, honey, go ahead.
That might be, I don't know. Maybe
And
somebody wants straight hair like me and want to iron. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
But I may
it
or
don't-
might not. And now I'm gonna say this. In
you
all
may
full
have a 2
honesty,
cent. You may put your 2 cents in, but
I'm
that's
gonna
just how
tell you. I'm gonna
are.
be like, look, especially if it's solicited, right? So if you're coming to me
With some
and
advice.
ask me for some advice, and you choose not to take it, that's fine. I may or may not have sympathy for you at the end of the day.
I may or may not have the whole. I told you so.
I would say 80% of the time I'm gonna have that. I told you so.
No, she
But-
always have that. Don't lie, 80. I'm gonna give you 98%. You're gonna,
98.
boo. You and I told you so, queen. And you like, I love you, but this is what you do. Oh well,
Oh, funny how that happened.
that's so you. Tell me that's not you. You're-
I wonder if somebody told
So
me
she's
to
in
do
like
that.
she's in like being right rehab, right? Because there's people
I am.
pleasing rehab, and I'm
I
a
am.
people pleasing rehab. You are definitely you are
I used
the
to be
sips.
bad.
You are the sips, like the Kermit sips tea and be like, but I told you, boo, that's
I wonder
you.
how that's gonna work out.
But we're gonna rehab that. Like we're
I
gonna.
am.
Okay.
I am much better.
She's better, but
I
bro,
love
when I
that
first
line.
met her,
I love the line agree to disagree because once I get to the point where I'm starting to get worked up over this debate we having,
we not fighting over disagreement.
I'm not doing it.
It could be as simple as like this cup right now on the bottom looks more red. With the lighting, it looks pink. We are not fighting
I'm not
over
gonna do
which
that.
part. No, and it's a choose your battle. And
Right.
a friend of mine, hey XI, he's always saying, what does he say? That is not a hill I'm willing to die on.
No, you
I
have
don't
to
want to
pick your
die on no
battles.
hill.
Even
Bye.
on social media, you know, I see a post or
Nope,
whatever.
I don't be scrolling
and
like
I'll
that.
scroll and I'll say, you know, people love to be like, well, this is my opinion. Clearly.
Well,
It is
obviously,
your
you have
opinion.
to state your
Like, you don't
opinion like
have
it's
to say,
it's a
this
fact.
is your opinion. This is my opinion. Okay, that's what this like. Unless you have
Unless you have concrete facts,
concrete
it's always
facts,
an opinion.
it's always an opinion, right? So when I get into that point of it and I start going back and forth with someone, like I did this yesterday. I shut it down. I'm like, okay, have a nice day. I'm not doing it anymore.
But are you
would
still
be proud of
mad?
me. No.
Okay.
No.
Then I
So
am
that
proud of
is-
you.
Thank you.
Cause you a thug.
For
You're like,
my-
bye.
Right, and then I'm going and sulking and I'm calling, you know what this son of a bitch said to me? You know? Girl,
No,
this Negro said such and such and such.
I actually have never been like that. You know why? Because I like my life. I am not getting mad at you for something I really don't
used
care
to
about
do
anymore.
that, but now
no,
I'm just like, okay.
that will get you some grays so quick. That will get you a wrinkle
Listen,
when
my
you don't
blood
need
pressure
it.
would be up.
No.
I'm walking around out
For
of breath
nonsense.
for no reason.
No, thank you. No,
And
thank
so
you.
now I'm just like, okay.
Not a hill I'm willing to die on.
That's what you want to think?
Not a hill I'm willing to die on. Absolutely
What's
not.
What's that gift?
Is that black guy? He's like, my smile is so big. Like, I can't even, have to it. What's my last? Wait.
Are we on the last one?
Well, that's it.
Oh,
Dang, we done. Yeah, and it's about that time to wrap up.
We did good, girl.
Dang, thank you. I'm gonna have you on as a if y'all like my girl as a co-host
Yes.
here and there, she's gonna guest it out for
This
me.
is my third time.
Yeah, she's like a pro at this point.
I have never done anything like this.
Run my show for. Do not run my show
No,
for
I
me.
can't
I
do
like
that.
my show.
This is Sujay's stuff. But I've
Sujay's
never done
stuff.
anything like this until you asked me.
I know.
And I never
But
would have done anything like this.
I'd be bringing people out of their show for sure.
Yes, I would have
Yeah.
never.
Girl, if I
been
told
on
you I'm a
camera.
talker, but I don't like a camera, and now I'm over here like live with
Wait,
Sujay.
I haven't gone live. What's that?
Third time
Third time.
ever.
Hey.
Bye, guys.
All
Listen,
right.
love you. Go
Y'all
follow,
have a good
subscribe.
one. Live, love, life.
Hey, share again where
Oh
they
yeah,
can find
you
you.
can find me. My personal page is Ebony Diva, HEBNIDEVA, or follow my pastry company.
I said pastry one time. This girl's gonna go
because
through
she
it.
said I can't say cakes because I got
Well,
cakes.
she said, this is
And-
what, no. We went on IG Live for a little bit. I'm going to say this real quick. She goes, yeah, follow my cake page.
See, her mind went there. I wasn't even thinking that. See, that wasn't even
I'm
me.
thinking
That
about
was
all
you.
the DMs I have with, I want to be on your podcast.
Right. So,
And they have no idea who I am. Yeah.
my pastry business.
her
is
pastry
Diva
business.
Cakes, DEVA. Cakes, and my handle is Diva Cakes, DEVA CAKES Sweets on IG and also Facebook. And
Now I want some cake.
See, I was supposed to, I'm slipping today. I normally have cake with
She
me.
feeds me every time I see her. There's
Yeah,
some
I'm
kind of
slipping.
cake, and I brought wine. No,
She trying to
there's
get me
no-
drunk, and there's no cake here.
Where's my sweet
And-
potato pound cake?
Right, and I had one.
First
too.
of all,
Okay.
guys, this is a PSA. If you haven't tasted one of her cakes, and I mean edible pastry cakes, please do go follow her. Go buy
Definitely.
you something. She
Any
always is at an
occasion.
event.
Even if you just want something for the weekend, I got you.
No, I want something for the weekend. Hey, I am Aspire J, and this is Aspire Podcast. Bye.
Bye, y'all.